Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 3 here on Cyan Beach, just hanging out for week 2 of the New Year's event, and we are having us a good old time. We're going to start off with 11,942 sneaky snacking. Things are going pretty well. We've got Skeledirge on the team to get them apples. Had a bit of a hiccup last night. As is always the case whenever I invest in a Pokemon, they do not perform their best for the first day or two. So Kangaskhan let us down a little bit. We did not get enough ginger to make the tea time corn scones for dinner like we wanted. So I ended up making, I think it was Lovely Kiss smoothie is what I had, the next strongest meal that I had the ingredients to make. Made that. It did go extra tasty, ended up being 78,000, so not too bad. We only lost about 12,000 strength from not making the tea time corn scones. So not that bad, but hopefully today will be a better day. And for now, let's go ahead and grab our 200 sleep points, and that's going to put us at a grand total of 1,430. And for our daily lottery, we can pick up a nice little treat for us. It is going to be 10 diamonds, Lambo's best friend. All right, 10 diamonds. I love to see it. And, you know, maybe one day we'll have a comma in that diamond pile, but not yet. Anyway, as is the case, let's go ahead and make breakfast real quick, get that out of the way, because we don't know what we're going to see, and I may end up catching like 700 Pokemon and take forever going through the calculations. So let's make sure we get breakfast, a skill trigger on Blastoise to start the day off right. There we go. All right, Skeledirge, skill trigger there. Yep, sure enough. Gonna be a bunch of apples as well, hopefully at least 20. Ooh, actually got not as many apples as I would have expected. That Lovely Kiss smoothie might have messed us up. No skill trigger there, but it does look like a decent amount of ginger. 15, yeah, that's not too bad. That's definitely gonna be enough for breakfast. Double trigger here would be nice. Ooh, we're just having a bad start to the morning. Uh-oh. A few more apples, only 3. It might be enough. Dedenne, you are my only hope. Double trigger. There we go. I did get a double trigger before I went to bed last night after dinner, so that should put us at 50% extra tasty odds right after getting an extra tasty for dinner. So that feels really good. Also, some more apples. Ooh, did you get a skill trigger? Nope. One more person berry. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this and let's see what we can get going. We should be able to make the scones. Should be able to. Yes, yes. Okay, that's what we want to see. We want to see scones. Oh, apples were never a concern. We had plenty. I thought we had less than that for some reason. All right, so we've got all this extra cocoa from Blastoise and Dedenne. We're definitely going to use that. We've got a lot of corn. We want to keep a lot of corn. Let's go ahead and throw in some soybeans. And 50-50 odds. Let's see if we can get another extra tasty. So we got 2 extra tasties yesterday, so that's good. Hey, there we go. We are skewing that average closer and closer to 2 extra tasties per day. Also 98,000 for tea time corn scones. I thought it was 90, so we lost about 20k from not being able to make it last night. But it's better to get 78k than to get 0. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move on. We got 98,717. I said let's move on a little too early. I'm getting ahead of the game. I really want to get into this sleep report and see what we're going to get. All right. I kind of wish that's what I had for breakfast, to be honest with you, because those scones and jam look pretty tasty. Not going to lie. I did eat breakfast, so I'm not hungry. It just looks really good. Anyway, weird tangent aside, let's, now that we're Master 7, jump into this sleep report and let's see what we can get. We're looking for some dream shards, so if we can get 3 and 4 star sleeps, that would be fantastic. But it is going to be session 528, basically 10 hours of sleep because I'm lazy, slumbering yet again. Okay. Sleeping very hard for some reason. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but sleeping way more than I would expect, and I kind of don't like it. It's kind of not fun. Anyway, that's a lot of 2 stars though, and a 3 star, and in a top belly, 46.3 million. Not bad, not bad at all. All right, let's move on. Let's see, what do we got? Maybe a shiny. A shiny would be nice. We found out through the live stream last week that I have not seen a shiny since September, so it's been a while. I feel like a shiny is due, man. Come on. All right, that went very quick. Was that all of them? So we've got Quaxwell, Slowpoke, Igglybuff, Bonsly, crying, poor guy, Fuecoco, Rattata, Psyduck, Quagsire, and Schfeel. No shiny today. That's unfortunate. But seems to be par for the course for me, apparently. I am doomed never to get another shiny. And the last one I got was a Sudowoodo. Hooray. Quaxwell, ooh. Hungry Quaxwell is actually kind of interesting. That is one of the... I mean, we're here to hunt Quaxly, not necessarily Quaxwell, but... I mean, could be worth it, and a bonus biscuit will definitely catch it. So, why not? Might as well take it while we can. With any luck, it'll be the ABB that we're looking for, and that will end our leak hunt immediately. That would be nice. That would be nice. Anyway, we fed the Quaxwell, taking that one home for sure. Out of everything else here, not really anything I need to catch. New Spheal would be nice, but not right now. Not right now. Feed the Rattata just because it's hungry. No crit cap, so it's fine. We'll just leave it. I'm not worried about catching it. Just trying to see if we could get that critical capture. All right, let's move on. We got us a Quaxwell. Let's send out probably Quaxly Candy would be the better one. Yeah, Quaxly Candy. All right, Quaxly Candy going out. Enjoy it, everybody. We got a decent amount of candies, but 52 dream coins. Very good. That's a lot better than what we were doing last week. So definitely gonna have enough dream coins to buy everything we want, I think. And that's going to give us about 11,500 dream shards, which is not bad. Not bad at all, you know? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. Quaxwell, just how good are you? Level 22 and Timid. I want to say Timid is okay, but I don't remember. So let's see. A, B, C. Well, this one's already going to the professor. Skill level up M is nice, but not really helpful. Inventory up S is good. Skill trigger S, and then ingredient finder S and dream shard bonus. So yeah, Timid is not helpful. It's the opposite. That's what it was. That's why Timid was sticking in my brain, because it's the worst. You hate to see it. So yeah, this one's pretty bad. This one's pretty bad. Pretty bad. There's no saving this, especially with it being ABC. It's just... it's the worst. It's the worst. There's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do to save this. It's just gonna go live with the professor. Yeah, it's gonna go live with the professor. Because this is the worst. This is terrible. Terrible. I'm gonna let that continue to run in the background for those that are curious, but I am not. It is awful. It's not ABB or AAA. I'd be fine with AAA too, because we technically could use a better soybean gatherer, but not AAA, not ABB, no help for me. So, Master 8, we are just climbing through the ranks very quickly now that we've switched to the scones, so good call. Good call on that. Let's see. Ooh, I was hoping for another skill trigger there, but no luck. All right. So, let's check and see how we're looking on our pantry. We should be in a very good spot. Tea time corn scones, there we go. We do still need some ginger. We need Kangaskhan to step it up a little bit. Maybe roll some ingredients a little more often. Kangaskhan should be bringing in more than enough ginger. We shouldn't be having any issues with it. Through production comparison and team analysis, they both, with a good camp ticket active, showed that it would bring in enough. Granted, I think it was like 65 that it's going to bring in. So there are going to be some bad days where we maybe don't get 60. Hopefully that was only yesterday and that's the only bad day. But it should bring in enough on almost all days. Corn, however, we're looking very good. We've got enough for the rest of the day and tomorrow's breakfast. So we could hopefully stack up a decent amount of apples to where we don't have to worry about it. And like I said yesterday, we're just going to keep swapping Skeledirge and Beware in for each other as needed. Milk is in a really good place. We've got 3 meals worth, so no worries there. We are leaving Blastoise on the team for that skill trigger, that ingredient magnet level 5, and the favored Oran berries, which is 300 and something strength for every berry. So we're leaving Blastoise on the team for that. However, Kangaskhan has to stay on the team the entire time. So that's pretty much our team for the rest of the week. And as long as we can keep getting these extra tasties from Dedenne, especially at the rate of 2 per day, we're going to be in a really good place. We're going to be in a very good place. So things are looking good. Things are looking up. We're getting the dream shards we want. So things are going well so far. We'll see how they continue to go. For now, 21 PR. Where is it at? It's up there. 21 PR. There it is. 21 PR for that Quaxwell. Definitely going to live with the professor. Let's do that now while we're thinking about it. Let's see. We do have a couple Pokemon that I need to send to the professor because I have not been keeping up with it. You guys were exactly right. These are actually, I can't remember the Squirtle, or I think I kept the Squirtle just in case. Let's see. Let's refresh our memory of that. Yeah, I think I was keeping the Squirtle just in case there was some recipe in the future that had good synergy with milk and sausage, because AAB or AAC, yeah, it's AAC for a Squirtle. It's a pretty good one. It's a nice balance once you get to level 60 of both ingredients. So should get about the same per day from each of them, but maybe not necessarily the best, but I was holding on to it for that just in case. Wooper, however, not great. Not great. So Wooper can go live with the professor because we have sausage covered by both Charizard and an Aeron. We don't need any more sausage coverage. So we're going to send that one to the professor, and that is where we're going to leave those guys for now. Actually, one thing, someone, well, several people have asked in the comments, so let's go ahead and take a look at our Dedenne that we've got. And that is going to be, it is not the best. Keep in mind, this Dedenne is not the best. I had to put a lot of seed investment into it to get it to where it is. You can certainly catch better, but sometimes you just got to build the Pokemon you want, and that's what we had to do with this Dedenne. So, this one's ABA, and we've got Helping Speed M, Skill Trigger M, Inventory Up M, Inventory Up S, and then Ingredient Finder M with Ingredient Finding Up. So, as you can see, not the best Dedenne. It's only got 1 skill trigger up. We would like to see 3 with skill trigger S and M, plus a nature that boosts its main skill chance. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I only have 1 skill trigger up on this whole Dedenne. However, Helping Speed M is nice. Helping Speed M is better than skill trigger S, but we would like to see both. We'd like to see skill trigger S, skill trigger M, and Helping Speed M. That's what we really want to see. Unfortunately, I don't have that. This is the best one I've caught and the best one I've been able to make, and it's already doing this well for me. If you catch a better one, you're probably going to do a lot better. But I think this Dedenne is doing pretty good for, you know, not being the best. It's very middle of the road in my opinion. I know it says 93 PR, but in my opinion, you can do a lot better with a Dedenne. This is definitely not the worst Dedenne you could ever have, but even being suboptimal, it's pretty good, and it's done very well for me. So that's why I highly recommend having a Dedenne that's actually pretty decent, because it can make a big difference. It has really stepped up my cooking game in this game. So highly recommend Dedenne. All right, let's go ahead and move on, and let's go check out the Cram-o-Matic. That's what we're all here for, and we can hopefully get some better odds than we had yesterday. Because yesterday, not helpful. I was hoping for another skill trigger surprise like we had yesterday. Anyway, Candy Cram-o-Matic, what are we going to get today? First things first. Oh, buddy, here we go. All right, Slowpoke Candy. Let's throw 10 of them in there. Wobbuffet Candy, 10 more. And what else we got? What else do we want to throw in there? Part of me wants to throw the Jigglypuff candy in there because I don't use one, but I also want to make sure I have enough for when I do actually get a good one. Let's continue with the Ekans candy for now. And Togepi candy. Where's my Sudowoodo candy? How am I looking on that? Pretty bad, apparently. Yeah, 400. I mean, yeah, Sudowoodo candy's good to use anyway. So I doubt I'm going to use it on a Sudowoodo or a Bonsly at any point. So we'll see. Maybe a great success, though. Nope. All right, 0 for 8. 0 for 8 so far. That's great. We did get normal type candy M. Am I happy about that? I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy about that or not. Huh. I don't know. I mean, it's good. It could be more. Ooh. Could use that on Eevee. That could be used on Eevee. I take it back. Yeah. Normal type candy M. That's a good one. Wobbuffet candy. More Ekans candy. And where's it at? Togepi candy. And one thing I want to address, I've seen some people say that they don't really like the Cram-o-Matic because it's random and you don't know what you're going to get, and you just get random type candies and it's not really that usable. But I would argue that random type candies that you can pick what you want to use it on is certainly more usable than candy you're never going to use, like Sudowoodo candy. You're almost never going to use it, so it's completely wasted just sitting there in your inventory. You might as well take a chance to try to turn it into something that you could use, like normal type candy M. 2 in a row. What are the odds of that? Also, no great success. 0 for 9. Nice. All right, one more pull of the lever. Let's see what we got. 10 more Slowpoke candy, 10 more Wobbuffet candy, and 10 more Ekans candy. Also, you could do it differently from what I am. You don't have to do 10, 10, 10, and 10. I'm just doing it that way to keep the odds relatively even. But if you want a specific type candy, you can throw in let's say all Slowpoke candy, for example, and try to get your water type candy M's. You'd have a pretty good chance of it. It's not guaranteed, but you could certainly do more targeted spins on this and try to get the candy that you are really desiring. So yeah, if you play it the way I'm playing it, you're going to get very random results. But you could also be more targeted with it if you want. So it's definitely better, in my opinion, to convert this unused Wobbuffet candy that you're almost never going to use into something more useful that you could actually use. All right, let's go ahead and pull this final pull of the lever. Let's see. Come on, buddy. Come on, don't make me go 0 for 10. You went 0 for 10. I am having the worst luck with the Cram-o-Matic this time around. Last time around, I got really good odds with the great success. This time around, I'm paying for it. Medium steel type candy. I mean, I can't complain about it. Steel type medium candy is pretty good. I feel like the steel types don't really show up all that often outside of Aeron, Aeron's steel type in this game. So I feel like steel doesn't show up all that much, so it's good to have it, especially for when I finally do get that really good Magnemite, or, you know, depending on what they do with Genesect, if we ever get that, maybe it'll be steel type in this game. I don't know. Genesect's actually a really interesting one because its whole gimmick is that you can put the different type drives into it, so maybe, random, wild speculation, maybe that will be a Pokemon that we can choose the type it is, and the drive will be installed for a set amount of time or something like that. Maybe it could happen. I don't know. I kind of like that idea. Anyway, yeah, no luck with the Cram-o-Matic today. 2 normal types and 1 steel type medium candy, and no great success. So we're 0 for 10. Kangaskhan, Dedenne, send us out with a skill trigger. One of you, neither of you. That's unfortunate. I don't think I've gotten a skill trigger from Kangaskhan yet, which is also unfortunate. I was hoping for that extra ingredient magnet on the team to really pay off, but so far, no dice. No skill triggers from anybody. Kind of to be expected, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're not sending off yet. We also got to collect our missions, and we're going to not get anything for the event missions, but that's fine. We did make it to Master 3, so we do get the Totodile incense. And one last thing, let's check and see our progress on the dream coins. We did spend a lot yesterday, but we are currently at 70. Also, wow, almost completely forgot. No new news, but our community reports. That's wow, you boys' brain is slipping. We got 41 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 that doubled up. I'm so glad I checked community reports. 23 that doubled up. Very nice. Out of 41, well over 50% odds. So not bad. Almost 55% odds, I think, somewhere around there. Not bad at all. 22 more dream coins. Very good. All twos, no ones. That's what we like to see. All right, well, now we can check our dream coins and see exactly where we're at. I think that puts us at 92. Yes, 92. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, well, now that I've remembered to actually do everything, that is where I'm going to wrap things up for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Illusion, White, Husky Star, and JP. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join or subscribe plus button right below this video. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description. Come join us, fill up your friends list, and hang out with a cool community of people. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes.